Hey everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you some things that you can do with the personal resources area of your Schoology account. So for most of us, what we know about our resources is that's where we save all the stuff from our courses. So if I go to a course, I click on the drop down for options, you have the ability here to save everything that you've built in the Schoology course to your personal resources. So that's what most people use your resources for, which I always encourage teachers to do, because that way when you spend a whole year building things, you can save that. And then year after year, you just push what you've built out to your Schoology courses once they're generated through Teams. But there's actually a lot more you can do within your Schoology resource. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate right here to resources. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of this page and what the different parts do, just so you have a better understanding of the different options you have within your personal resources. Right now I'm still in the personal area here, and by default your first collection is called Home. And so that's where all the stuff is going to go when you start saving things to your personal resources. Over here for my home collection, I have all the folders that I've been using over the years to just build and create things in my Schoology courses, and then I'll house them here. You do have this option, the drop down Add Resources. It's going to look very similar to the Add Materials drop down that you have in your course. There's a couple of different things here though. You can add an item bank, which is a great way to build your assessments. So you're building individual questions and keeping them in a bank, and so you have access to them, each one individually, each one of those questions, when you decide to build an assessment in a course. And that way you're not stuck to the same 10 questions every time you want to use an assessment. And so it's a cool feature to use. You can also build some badges in here as well, and that way you can use those with any course and edit them pretty easily here. Those are the main differences there. This option feature allows you to reorder your folders or the different materials you have here, and that's convenient because then you can pull the ones that you maybe need more access to the top. And so you just click to reorder, then you can click and drag these, change the order, and then submit, and it'll rearrange that order based on what you left it in. That's just the basic features here. You also have the ability to create more collections. You can see here I have another collection that I created trying to back up another teacher's Schoology course information. But you can create as many collections as you want. Just click on that Add Creation or Add Collection, and then select Create. And then it's just going to give you all the different collections that you might want to have. And so it's kind of up to you how you want to start naming them and organizing your personal resources. You can do it by year, you can do it by the subject area. There's a lot of different ways that you can sort and build your resources within your personal resources in Schoology. Once you create these collections, you also have the ability to share those, and that way other people on your campus and your department have access to things that maybe you've created, so that they can use those as well. Underneath your home is learning objectives. So what I like about learning objectives is that it can save you a couple of clicks when you're trying to align different standards to the assessments or the assignments or the different things that you create within your Schoology class that can be graded. And so here if I click Add, you can always organize them by folder, right? So your folders can be by 9 weeks. And so it's really up to you how you want to organize it, but that's just one quick, easy way to do that. But what you can also do is add standards. Right, and so if you click here to State Standards, and we're going to go down to State Standards here, click on Texas. Depending on what you teach and what level you are, you will have to decide which one of these you'll want to click through. So for CTE teachers, it's this first option. For star level, grade level areas, it would be this one. Here's your pre-K, and then everything else is going to be under essential knowledge and skills. I'm going to go into RLA, the new standards, and then English 1, go into reading, and then select this standard. So let's say this is a standard that I test a lot during that first 9 weeks, and so I'm going to choose that, and you can choose as many as you want. I'm going to choose all 3 of those and add that learning objective, all 3 of them, to this folder for my first 9 weeks. And so now I have access with just a couple of clicks to add those learning objectives to my whatever I'm creating, assessment, assignment, whatever it might be. So let me show you what that could look like. Let's say I have this assignment here and I want to go in and add and align standards to it. I already have some here, but let me show you. If I click on it, now my first option is custom learning objectives, which is what I just created in my personal resource. So when I click there and then click my personal resource, you can see I have the folders I just created, and in that first 9 weeks are the 3 standards that I added to that. And so it saves me having to dig through all the state standards and all of that trying to find it. Now I know what standards I'm going to be assessing in this particular 9 weeks or this unit, however you want to set it up. And so that makes it a lot easier to add that learning objective to this particular assignment. It's going to look very similar when you go to an assessment, right? For each question, you're going to go down to the align or learning objectives, and it's going to look the same. You click custom learning objective. It's in the personal folder. You choose the 9 weeks or whatever folder, however you're organizing it, and then you choose the ones that you want to confirm and add. So you can see it added those 2 standards. You just click save, and then those standards are going to be tested or assessed, and that way you get some data on those particular standards on how your students are working towards mastery. And so that's all from this learning objective. You also have your list of downloads, and so the downloads are things that you found that are publicly available that you can go in and just add them to your own Schoology, and then this is stuff you can add to your courses or groups. Right now, I'm not sharing anything publicly, but if you did want to share resources publicly, they would show up here. And then, of course, these are the other collections that I have. That was all under personal. Now we're going to go to the public section.